So what you want to do is you want to pull them down and cut them up way up high. That's where the flavor is. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Beastly Thought Show, episode 97. 97.
That was a throwback intro. That was a throwback intro.
Yeah, it was.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
I don't know what that was. I don't even.
That was a throwback.
I'm really freaked out now.
Just having some fun. Just having some fun. We got a lot to talk about today. We got Destiny news to talk about. You know I want to jump on that pretty hardcore. I want to hear what you guys have been playing this week, and I also want to know what you've been up to. So why don't we start off with Robbie? Robbie, what have you been up to this week, man?
You know what? I'll let my good colleagues and friends go first. I'll save mine for last.
Oh.
Just because I want to dive into a conversation with one of the games I've been playing. So we're going to kind of discuss the future of the franchise.
All right. Well, I can talk a little bit about what I've been playing. I actually took advantage of the PlayStation Flash sale, so I bought 4 or 5 games I had never played before.
Is that still going on? Because I didn't even hear about this.
I think it may be over today. I'm not sure. I would definitely check. I know that when I bought my games, it was still going on. But I bought The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, which is graphically one of the best-looking games I've ever seen in my life. I bought Hotline Miami, which is becoming one of my favorite games I've ever played. I bought Whispering Willow, which is kind of a mystery game where you're this young lady trying to find out what happened to your father. And I want to say 2 more games that maybe I haven't had a chance to really delve into them.
Were these like those super deep discounts, like $2, $3 games?
Up to 5. I think I spent $25 for like 5 games. So
awesome.
And you know, some of these games are definitely worth a lot more than that. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, in particular, really struck me as an amazing game. Unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's so photorealistic when you walk around in that world and you get close to objects and you look at them. It seems like you're really there. It's one of those crazy kind of experiences where you kind of look at your hand. You're like, am I in this world or am I watching this on TV? It's really, really incredible. Hotline Miami. For the people who play that game, oh my God, it's so addicting. I started playing it last night. I'm already like on chapter 12. I've just been going nonstop on it. It's incredibly addicting, very fun. And
are you playing on your Vita or are you playing on the actual console?
I'm playing on the console. I downloaded it on my Vita today though. So
it's actually a really good Vita game. It's actually one of the better controlled ones because the analogs don't cramp your hands up as much because the way it plays, it's good.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely try that when I get some downtime at work. But I've really been enjoying that, and I just started playing Halo 5. And I'm not far enough to really give any details away or really say yay or nay as far as whether or not I think it's an amazing game. Graphically, it looks really impressive. I love the opening, the intro, and the way you're introduced to the world. Other than that, it feels like Halo. You get this new thrust where you get to thrust into people and stuff. It's really, really cool.
Tell me about it.
Every first-person shooter is going with 3D movement now. Either it's a thruster, or it's like a hovering thing, or
Yeah.
Have you played any multiplayer of that, or just single player?
Not yet. I believe I've played the first map of the single player. And it's been kind of a crazy week with me as far as my family and stuff, so I really haven't had enough time to game the way I wanted to. This gaming I'm talking about has been the last 2 days. For a lot of people who don't know, my stepdad passed away on the 15th. His name is Terry Spoonman, and he's a really good guy. And you know, it's been everyone in the family kind of coming together around my mom. They've been together, married for 16 years. Had a long battle with cancer for the last 5 years, and so it's been one of those situations where everybody's been kind of focused on my mom to give her all the support that she needs. We actually started a GoFundMe to support my mom in this time of need because my mom, for the last many, many years, she's been the single source of income in the household. And so to take care of final expenses and things like that, we started a GoFundMe. It's gofundme.com/Spoonman, which is his nickname.
There's a link to that in the description.
So if any of you guys would like to donate to help out my mom in this very, very tough time in her life, it would definitely be appreciated. And if you can't, that's okay, but please, if you get an opportunity, share that link. It would help out so much. I'd also like to thank Miss Barb. You know who you are, Robbie's mom. She was one of the first people to donate. And I want to say thank you so much to my subscribers who've been so gracious on my YouTube channel for donating the way that you have. It's been unbelievable. Thank you so much to everybody out there for all your support. It's hard to believe, you know, until something like this happens, you don't know just how many friends you really have. And when something like this happens and you see people kind of open their hearts and even their wallets. It really blows you away that you really have meaningful relationships out there, sometimes with people you never tangibly touch. So thank you all so much to everybody who's supported my family through this tough time, and let's get on with the show.
Absolutely.
Hey, Beastly, where's Spoonman come from?
Akron, Ohio.
Oh,
No,
it's
no,
not
no.
a song? Okay.
No, I mean like,
name.
nickname. Where's that from?
He's too damn old for me to know. No, when he was a kid, people would always joke at him and tell him he was built like a spoon because he was real tall and slender, and he had a big biscuit on top. So it kind of stuck with him, and it made sense. But he was one of the best men I ever known. He was the only guy I've ever known that actually treated my mother with love and respect, and he means a lot to my family, a lot to me, my mom, my sister, and he was just a great guy, and we're really blessed to have known him and had that experience. So,
good deal.
Thank you.
Yeah. See, I thought it was the Soundgarden song, but yeah.
That's why I asked.
Soundgarden, also a classic rock song now. That's classic rock.
With your hands.
Is it really?
Yeah, Soundgarden is classic rock.
Yeah,
now.
right,
Classic
dude.
rock station.
Get the fuck out.
Love that song.
Oh my god.
Yeah, doesn't feel too good, does it?
Wow. That's like back when MTV actually played music.
Hey, Inner Black, it's been a long time. How old are you now? I want to say like 27?
No, I'm 30. I turned 30 this year, actually.
All right, you're getting up there, man. You're going to be feeling it pretty soon. You know, I got a gray hair in my beard. This shit is real, man. Hardcore.
You guys make me feel so much better about my age. Thank you.
Hey, you, Robbie. What have you been playing, Inner Black? Didn't you?
I played a little bit of Rainbow Six yesterday, and then I finished up Trials on 2 characters.
Trials of Osiris.
Yeah,
We haven't talked about Trials of Osiris. Can we talk a little bit of Trials?
Yeah. We haven't talked about Destiny in a very long time, Briar, to be quite honest. We used to spend 30 minutes every episode talking about it.
It was a running joke, yeah.
30 seconds every episode.
I couldn't move you guys off of the topic. It was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
And then I played Transformers Devastation, actually. I'm finishing that up. I know it's a short game. I've been playing so much lately. I've been playing a little bit of Lego Dimensions this morning, but other than that, and I also started Tales of Zeteria for the first time, and I put like 2 hours into that.
Ooh,
What's that? I haven't heard of that one.
It's like super RPG, like from Japan. It's like wickedly old school
Yeah,
JRPG,
it's really.
but it looks really good.
Very niche JRPG, but they have really good games.
All right, talk to me about Trials. All right, so this is my favorite thing in video games right now, Trials of Osiris. It somehow it makes me like sweat, and like it brings out a competitive side in me that I don't think I've really felt since I was like, in like high school sports. Like that's how competitive I feel when I'm in Trials of Osiris. Unfortunately, I've found that there's a lot of lag in it now. Have you kind of seen the same thing?
Yes, especially towards like the further you get along, because from what I've heard, they match you up with people who are like around the same, like, oh, we finished 3 rounds and we're doing good. You're gonna play against dudes with 3 rounds.
Yeah.
But we definitely have experienced lag intermittently here and there.
Did you get a chance to play it during the summer when it was first introduced with House of Wolves?
Yeah. It tend to run really good then. I don't know what is different from now until then. Like more people playing now, but you would think that would help it more.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. When they first brought it out, they really advertised it as it's going to be connection-based matchmaking. That's the only criteria. So you're going to have your best connections in Trials of Osiris. Then when the Taken King came out, they came out and said, well, now we're going to have this tiered system where if you've got 2 wins on your card, you're going to get matched up against other teams that have 2 wins. If you got 5 wins, you're going to be matched up against other teams with 5 wins, and if you got 8 wins, you're going to be matched up against another team with 8 wins. And those 8-win matches, man, are some of the sweatiest matches I've ever played in any video game, man.
God.
You got people fighting and doing any dirty trick they can to get a win in those matches.
Slide shotgunning, dude. That's when that shit comes out.
Oh, yeah, big time. I'm all over that. Invective? Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
I am as dirty as it comes when it comes to that 8th win.
Yep.
Today I was using my Warlock with Viking Funeral and an Invective.
The thing is, would you
throw grenades and fucking melee and people and hit them with my shotgun?
Would you rather have the trade be that the connection stays good throughout, no matter what level you're playing. That's what I prefer, you know. Like keep it running solid all the way through. I don't care if you have 8 wins or 2 wins, you know.
Yeah, I like a lot of the changes they made to Trials of Osiris in the Taken King. I like the way packages work and the way bounties work in it.
Oh hell yeah!
But I do feel like the connection is really, in the Crucible in general, it's gotten worse as time has gone by. And in Trials of Osiris, like, I want that connection to be pristine. So which 2 characters did you bring through today?
I brought yesterday. I did my Hunter and my Warlock. So,
okay.
Yeah, I have a Titan. I don't really play as them. Not for the sake of that I don't really like the class. I just don't really like their gear. Like the gear on the Warlock and Hunter, I like the way they look as a character. The Titan looks like a bulky dummy, looks like a retarded garbage truck.
That's right.
Never thought of it that way.
Titan Master Race.
I got a message today before a match that said, I can't believe your KD is so low. I'm going to crush you, you stupid YouTuber. And then we pounded him. I think I went 10-1 or 10-2. No, I went 10-2. My KD was 5.0.
Suck it, shit talkers.
Suck it.
You don't do that. You don't do that to people.
Oh, it felt so good, man.
It fired them up.
It did fire me up. It fired me up big time. I sent him a message that said, subscribe to Briar Rabbit.
For tips and tricks.
For Thief Let's Plays, Advanced Warfare tips and tricks.
Thief Let's Plays.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the worst kind of burn, man. Damn.
It's like last on the news item list, but I feel like I want to talk about it because we've talked about Destiny already. I want to talk about the Destiny news that kind of sprang up this week. You guys okay with kind of skipping ahead on this one?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Let's get into this, yeah.
All right, so we got 2 things. I feel like they're both connected. One of them is a Kotaku article was published. I think it was titled like "The Malaise of Destiny Players" or something like that, where they basically said they had an inside source that said Destiny 2 has been delayed from its September 2016 release.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of talk is like, how can you delay something that was never announced? But I think it's a reasonable expectation that most of the Destiny community had that we'd see Destiny 2 in September 2016. I don't think that's an unreasonable expectation. So if it gets pushed back from that, that is a delay as far as Destiny players are concerned.
Yeah, and especially because that release schedule came out that Destiny 2 was originally supposed to come out actually the month that the Taken King came out. So it wasn't unreasonable to think, because Destiny 1 was delayed a year later, that we'd see it, like this fall. But if news is going around, if Activision, sources are saying, hey, we need more time, we're going to push this game, we'll give Bungie more time, then that's great. I mean, they need to make a good sequel. So
okay.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Before you move on, Brett, I want to say this, is that I would normally agree with Robbie on this, is that when you delay a game, it's for the best. It just gives the developers more time. But this also comes on the heels of a weekly update. Bungie didn't put any weekly updates. They normally do a weekly update every Thursday, and they took a month off. They came back and they announced a small, Festival of the Lost type event, Crimson Days. It's going to have Crimson doubles, which I'm actually excited about. And they kind of talked a little bit about PvP, which I have a separate issue about. But like, there's this general kind of feeling like there's not enough content in Destiny to sustain a community. So I think there's a feeling in the Destiny community that we're all scared because we don't know if there's going to be enough content that it will sustain itself, right? It's like, we all know that we're all going to love Destiny 2 when it comes out. It doesn't matter when it comes out. But, like, will the community be able to survive and to thrive while we wait? That's what we're scared about, I think.
I think in the long run, it doesn't matter. I think in the long run, people are so like, man, I go to work and I have like no bullshit 9-10 dudes that all play Destiny chronically, like religiously. Yeah. They got 3 characters. They're all like 318 or some crazy shit, and they continuously. That's how I heard about this news that you're talking about in this article. My guy comes up to me. He's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "I'm not gonna have anything to do with the game I love." Like, people are mad because they have such like. They love this damn game, and then you're taking them away from it. That's why people are so mad. It has nothing to do with them being they want the content. They want it really, really bad. But at the same time, they're going to come back as soon as that content is out.
There's no doubt about it. I think it's a in between the release of the Dark Below and House of Wolves, my raid team got basically halved. Right, is the people I raided with through the Vault of Glass and the Dark Below content. About half of them just didn't come back for House of Wolves because in that 5 or 6 months they just kind of moved on to other games. One of them sold his PlayStation. Those guys just didn't come back. So if we have longer than a year between releases, am I gonna have to build a new raid team every year? That sucks.
You go on your friends list right now, and the guy that sold the PlayStation, you delete his name off of your friends list.
That man is no friend of mine.
Let me ask you a question, Briar. How much credence do you give to this leak from Kotaku? Now, I will say this: Kotaku's been blacklisted because a lot of their leaks have actually come out to be true, and certain companies don't like that. And even though it's what I consider real journalism, them actually giving this information to the public, publishers, developers don't like it when their information gets leaked to the public. Do you give this Kotaku article any credence? Do you think that's a pretty legitimate article, or are you in the mindset where it may be just fluff?
It may be fluff. It may be Kotaku's been basically bashing Destiny since Destiny came out. They get a lot of clicks for doing so. There's Destiny's a funny game. There's this huge community that really loves it, but there's also this other community that really loves to hate it. And it's like, this article is one of those articles that's designed to get both of those groups to click on it. You know what I mean?
It's firing on both sides.
Yeah, I can hear it now. Oh no! Oh yes!
Yeah.
Situations. Yeah.
It's the funniest thing. I'll do a Twitch stream and I'll get 3 or 4 comments every time I do it. People still play this game? It's like,
I love seeing that.
What the fuck are you doing here?
Why are you wasting your time? Go play another game.
You don't want to watch Destiny. What? How did you find yourself here?
Yeah.
You tell me another shooting game that made that kind of impact on people, the way they play video games, and I'll agree with you. But there is nothing that has done that.
Not since Call of Duty or Halo. I think.
I believe that.
But even then, the social aspect of Destiny is fucking beyond anything.
Yeah. I think Call of Duty revolutionized the first-person shooter genre, and I think Destiny revolutionized the social aspect of the first-person shooter genre. I think they're both just as important in their own way.
Yeah. Honestly, how many Destiny players is their entire friends list just made up of people they raid with or people that they play Trials of Cyrus with or Iron Banner with? How many Destiny players have just huge friends lists filled of other Destiny players?
Yeah. Yeah,
I met half the Inner Black Ninja's friends playing Destiny.
Yeah, Dan, Mr. Man, he has no bullshit. He had a friends list. When we started playing, we only played Battlefield together. Then I was like, oh, you should check out this game, Destiny. It's gonna be like the next big thing, not knowing it was gonna be what it is now. But he's like, okay, yeah, I'll check it out. He bought it. He went from having 20 people on his friends list to having 240 people on his friends list, and they're all Destiny players. Every fucking last one of them. Other than the 7 people he knows in real life that are Battlefield players.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
it is crazy.
It's a phenomenon. That's something that can't be argued. It's insane what has happened here. I'm really intrigued to see what happens in the future, though. If any publishers learn from this, and what it could mean for other games. Big games that we're excited about playing in March.
Yeah, that's gonna be a game that hopefully learns a lot. Hopefully learns what the community wants and what they wanna, what drives the game to stay along for so long. Like Destiny, look at it, it's still going. It's going on 2 years and people are still playing the shit out of it. Just now you're starting to dwindle away. You should be okay with that. In my eyes, you should be okay with that.
You've gotten your money's worth, absolutely.
Every other game though, I would be okay with that except for that social factor of it.
Yeah,
it's
you're in love with it.
I don't want those friends to drift away to other games. I'm going to play the Division, and I'm guaranteeing you, my entire raid group is going to be playing the Division because we've already talked about it. And we don't know what the end game content of the Division is going to be, but I'm hoping there's a 6-man raid so that those same guys can jump in there.
8-man raids are confirmed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, up to 8-man raids right now, and then people are when I brought up the 12-man thing, they're talking about 12-man raids later on.
Oh, that would be sick.
Yeah,
So,
they said at the minimum there would be 8 people. There may be even more. Like they're still finalizing that. So, but the end game content is supposed to have like a big, push with a lot of players in it.
If I was developing a game to compete with this kind of situation, with this social thing and raids and end game content right now, I know that you get crucified for doing this, but I would leave stuff off of the disc so that I could release new content every 3 months.
In a sense, as you know me, I'm an angry person when it comes to that shit. I thought that stuff was on the disc the whole time, but at the same time, you are fueling my drive to play the game. So I dig that, man. Like as much as it is bad, it's still carrying the game in the long run.
Yeah, especially if you made like the first 1 or 2 free.
Well, that's like
you could totally justify it.
They already came out and they said Brooklyn is not going to be on the game at launch in Division because it's going to be DLC.
You gotta wait
for
the
fuck, man. Fuck the Division. I'm out.
The map you're getting is decently sized, so I don't think anyone's going to have really a gripe about it.
I can't wait for that game, man. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're going to be playing it next week on the beta.
Everybody's going to be playing that. Hopefully.
I forgot to tell you guys. I'm not going to be available for the show because I'm going to be playing the Division.
Thank you for letting us know, Briar. Good to know.
A lot of people have been asking, why are YouTubers so excited for the Division? I've been excited for that like ever since I heard about it. I remember that E3 came out.
Yeah.
When we first heard about it, man, that game looked exciting right from the get-go. Well, I was more excited for that game than I was for Destiny at that E3.
It was one of the first games that I saw that really, to me, spoke next generation back when we were in the 7th generation, you know?
It doesn't look as good as it did when they showed it.
It doesn't now, no.
But it's by far not a horrible game to play, and it runs smooth, and it's fun as hell, so I think a lot of people...
I played the alpha. I was impressed.
Did you see the screenshots of the PC version? 4K screenshots?
There's a PS4 video of it running at 1080. The whole video is 1080. Yeah, so I think Xbox is kind of like taking the we're going to get early access to stuff and running with that, even though it's going to run better on PlayStation, which is kind of weird.
Maybe they should unlock another core.
I mean,
they just got cores just in the lockers of the Xbox One.
Xbox record that.
Damn. All right, well, Briar, what would you say to all your Destiny fans out there who watch you specifically for Destiny, who are, I guess, maybe a little depressed that there might not be anything coming for Destiny this year? Tell them to jump on the Division.
It's a fucking bummer. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a real bummer. This is bad news. I feel like Bungie right now does not have their act together. That's how I feel. It's like they're not communicating with their fan base well. They don't make their fans feel like they're part of the conversation, right? They feel lied to, frankly. I would go that far. You know, even if Bungie is intentionally misleading their fans, we feel like they're misleading us. So, you know, even if that's not what they're trying to do, they still have a problem on their hands and they need to fix it. Yeah. And you know, they made a promise in year one, not verbally, but by structuring the game like they did. You know, when we bought into year one, we bought into 2 DLCs a year and then a bigger expansion, and that promise is not being fulfilled.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think they got a problem over there. They can't make that shit fast enough.
Yeah, that's probably the problem.
Yeah.
And there's so many expectations too, because you know Destiny is an always online game. People want stuff to always play, but honestly, most developers, when they're working on their next game, they go quiet for years. You don't hear anything from them. They go quiet, and they're working on their next project. With Bungie, it's like they always got to be saying something, or people are going to get upset. So that really stinks for them. But
hey, Briar,
they still have expectations for themselves.
What if they take the old raids and they add in like the challenge mode type thing to those and make them harder and like add different kind of ways to do it? Would you be okay with that?
That'd be cool for a couple weeks, but how many times have you done the Vault of Glass?
Shit, if I get new gear, if I get new stuff,
yeah, new gear is nice.
Yeah, that's what we'll be in.
I'd rather have a new raid though.
Oh, who are you telling?
I mean, for real though, how many times have you personally done the Vault of Glass?
Oh my! I don't even know. I fucking can't. I have to look at the app. I bet you at least 100 times at least.
Yeah. So how many times do you want to run it again?
I don't, but it would give me a new mechanic with new enemies. That'd be cool. Like have taken enemies be in there, have all kinds of crazier shit going on. I'd be all for it.
Yeah. I mean, they got the geometry, so why not just like? How hard is it to just like do different enemy placements and stuff?
Yeah, switch the.
I don't know how hard that is.
You could even switch some of the bosses around. You know, make new bosses in a sense, not new, but like a bigger version of the same boss with new mechanics. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, or like Nightfall versions of the raids.
Something. They need something.
Yeah,
for sure.
They need to figure out something that adds replayability to that game if they're gonna release content this slowly.
I got a question since we're on Destiny because I haven't played the game in a very long time. Does the Prison of Elders have a purpose anymore?
What are you talking about?
That? Back when we played Prison of Elders,
Prison of what?
What's that? I don't remember that either. Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't exist anymore?
Huh?
What the hell are you guys talking about?
A lot of the shit people used to do, like all the raids, a bunch of other stuff, nobody does any of it anymore because they have no reason to.
Yeah, I was saying there was no reason. Towards the end of it, Kate and I, we stopped playing it because we were getting pretty much the same things. Yeah. I was thinking that by now they would have restructured it and maybe added new enemies, new gear, nothing. Wow, it's just sitting there.
Prison of Elders has been dead in the water almost since it came out. Like, it just didn't catch on. So.
Wow. I like how you guys.
It was probably the worst content that Destiny's ever put out.
Wow.
I mean, they tried, but it's just people wanted a raid so bad. That's what we wanted. So.
Yeah. All right.
For those who don't know, I just got trolled by the Beastly Thoughts crew.
Hey, welcome. I was like, oh, Briar's doing this? I'm going to go on in on it too.
I got trolled by
Tag team!
All right, guys, you guys want to get started with the news?
Yeah.
All right. Filming is wrapped on Assassin's Creed the movie, and it is set for release on December 21st, 2016.
I am looking forward to this. I know it starts Michael Fassbender. I mean, it looked cool from the stuff they showed. I mean, I know video game movies typically aren't the best, but maybe this would be the really first good one.
And is there a trailer for this or anything?
Magneto with knives.
No, there's no trailer. There's just been a lot of screenshots and stuff because they just finished wrapping it. So it's, I mean,
I'll probably like the movie more than I do the games. That's how I feel.
Ouch.
I'm just, I'm really
hopefully the movie doesn't run like the games.
Yeah.
It's like 5 frames per second and it's so choppy.
What if Michael Fassbender's face just disappeared? All you saw was his eyes.
The characters like punched through the walls. They're like hopping on the walls.
We want to keep this as real, as true to the game as possible.
Oh my god! All the people are standing like this and shit.
Yeah.
The glitches in Unity were the best. Jesus, there were so many people like walking through walls and like humping a wall and like.
Dude, the reason I played that game was to see it break. That's the only reason why I played it.
And it broke a lot. It really did.
That game was hot trash.
So anybody at all interested in the Assassin's Creed movie, besides Robbie?
I am, but we'll see.
No, because I don't see how you can make a story out of it. I really don't. They're struggling to make a video game story. What makes you think they're going to make a
No. That's where you got it wrong. They're struggling to make 500 video game stories.
Exactly.
So, if they could have just picked one story and made a movie based on that. That might be what they're doing here.
They did that a long time ago, and they did it way better. It was called The Matrix. They got hooked into these fucking machines and went into this world.
Never heard of it.
That movie was the hotness on DVD.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's
right. In the day.
It came out and it was like HD DVD and then normal DVD, and everyone was stoked.
Yeah.
Oh god, I remember.
I'm so got really good talent in this movie, though. We'll see. Like, I think it could be good, though. We'll see.
The thing is that dude isn't really in a lot of bad shit. You got that going for you, so he's in a lot of good movies. So.
You ever seen Prometheus?
Yeah, that's a great movie. I love that movie, man.
I hated it.
Oh,
Well, everybody's
really?
entitled to be wrong once in a while.
Which are you wanted the real alien as?
No, this is the internet. No, your opinions do not matter.
I'm sure 5 people just said that in the comments too, Robbie.
This is the internet. Opinions can't be fair. That's not fair.
All right, so moving on, guys. Microsoft has filed a new trademark for Phantom Dust.
Apparently, this game is still coming. No, it's never happened.
Isn't that that game where they showed a trailer for it and it was some guy sitting on a bench?
And then no one was excited for it, and no one heard of it. And then the developer got shut down, and no one cares about it now. And
well,
no one ever did.
The original was made on original Xbox, but it was cool for a niche group. Everyone didn't really enjoy it. That's why I don't get the reason why they're making it.
I don't either. It confuses me. No one knows what this game is. No one played the old one, and it was just when it got announced. It wasn't exciting. I don't know. It's just, whatever. They have the trademark, but that game is never happening. Guaranteed.
What was the original? I don't even remember this.
It was called. What was it called?
It was just Phantom Dust. This is a reboot of that game.
Is it? I thought it was called something else.
No, it's Phantom Dust.
Yeah. Was this the one where you had psychic powers?
Yes.
No,
yeah.
Was it?
Oh, I remember this game. This is the game where you had to clean the stage with the Phantom of the Opera and clean all the dust.
See, guys, we don't even know what this game is. Let's just move on. Forget it. No one cares about it. Let's keep going.
Get back. What's yours?
We're losing interest if we talk about it.
All right, Robbie, what's the next story?
So people are going to come at me for this and say it's the slowest news week. It is. McDonald's will begin selling chocolate-covered French fries in Japan starting January 26th. And I want to know.
That sounds fucking
delicious.
delicious.
That sounds great.
They're trying to talk about it. It's funny.
Let's cover ourselves in chocolate fries.
Hell yeah.
Get together and have some fun, you know what I'm saying?
There you go. There they are.
Yes.
They're trying to sabotage the Japanese people to try to get them to be fat like Americans. That's what's going on.
Well, they're on the right fucking track.
they're like, there's no way we can put these in America because there'll be people having heart attacks everywhere.
Literally, people just have a heart attack in the drive-thru and it'll be backed up for hours while the EMS.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel bad for the septic.
I don't think this is in our news, but to keep with the Japanese theme, in Japan last week, Xbox One sold 99 consoles.
I got 99 problems.
They got 99 problems for damn sure. They only sold 99 in a week. 127 million people live in Japan, and they sold 99
I don't know about
consoles.
you guys. I'm moving to Japan after this. I'm sold.
Speaking of that, what did Xbox do? What did they do to deserve this? Really?
They did something real bad.
What is the deal with? I don't understand.
In all fairness, no home consoles are selling like they used to in Japan. Japan has kind of moved on off of home consoles. They're playing mobile games.
As a whole, what did Xbox do? What did they do?
It was that E3. It was that E3. They came out during that E3 and just fucked everything up.
No, I think that the problem with Japan and Microsoft is the Japanese people, because of the way that they see Western companies like Microsoft as kind of imperialistic, and
That's exactly what it is.
They're the antithesis of what those people believe in as far as their culture, as far as being humble people.
It's all culture. They don't like Americans.
They see the Western companies as this boastful, very proud, rich asshole of a company, even though even though they may not be that way. That's the way the Japanese people in their own minds see companies from the West. That's why Nintendo does well there. That's why Sony does well there, because they're like, okay, these are our people. They believe in the same fundamental things that we do. They have the same ideals, but the West, they're just fucking assholes. We're not going to support them. That's really the way that they feel, in my mind, about the West. It's like a Western imperialist.
Fuck yeah! Coming to save the motherfucking day,
Coming again to save the motherfucking day, That was a great movie. Freedom is the only way,
All right, so this is a new story that I actually just found out today when you guys put it in the chat window here. Nintendo's upcoming NX console will offer free online multiplayer with the option to upgrade to a premium subscription for a monthly or yearly fee. NX may also have compatibility with smartphones, PCs, and even other consoles such as the PS4.
Yeah.
So there's 2 pieces of news really in there.
Yeah.
There's more, actually. There's stuff about backwards compatibility. It's a survey, really.
It's a survey.
Yeah, this is from a survey that was taken online.
They took the Nintendo survey, and then like a lot of people were kind of like feathering out what can actually happen in the console, like the whole 900p thing. They came out and they said that there's a part of the console that is going to run at 900p.
And 60 frames per second.
And 60 frames per second, but a lot of people are thinking that it's going to be a handheld unit that's going to be 60 frames a second at 900p, which would be fucking bananas if they do that.
That'd be nice.
What?
Yeah. A lot of people are thinking that they were talking strictly about a handheld, not the console itself, and they were talking about that the console will do 4K imagery at max. So
well, that's for video streaming. Yeah, that's the other rumor.
4K streaming at 60 frames per second. Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, from the sounds of this Nintendo NX, this console might be the bee's knees as far as
and a lot of people,
man.
a lot of people are thinking because it's on scale for them to release a handheld that they're going to release the handheld first. It's going to come out like in the sense of like a 3DS, but they're going to show it alongside the console, and then the console will be out next year. A lot of people are talking about that.
So we won't get the console this year, which is what I was actually expecting.
I hope that's not true. I hope it's the whole fucking shebang.
Yeah.
Release the whole thing.
Yeah, I would prefer that as well. That way that they'll be able to sell software for both and know that their install base is a solid base.
Now, I got money. Take it, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
take it.
Yeah. Who you telling? If I can play Destiny at work, oh my Jesus, we're not getting no work done. Oh my God.
Usually Nintendo is the company that kind of sets trends and everybody follows them. You know, with the controllers, everyone followed the Rumble Pack, the analog controller, the motion controllers. Everybody's always tried that. But I'm thinking here Nintendo is probably learning from Microsoft and Sony with their premium subscription service, where you might be able to get Nintendo games. Kind of like PlayStation Plus and Xbox games with gold. I'm thinking that's what that would mean.
And I kind of like the idea that the online multiplayer are not going to have to pay for it. Like, they're not going to bundle in, all these free games and stuff. Like, you just have the multiplayer if you want. That's all you want. I like that option.
That's the best of the worlds.
If you get online plus, like, a party chat system for free, dude, a lot of people are going to be like, fuck playing Xbox or paying for what? Yeah. What are you paying for? You're paying for some 3-year-old games that you're getting for free?
What would the premium subscription be?
Yeah, I'm thinking that'll be something similar to PlayStation Plus, where you get some games for free. I mean, in my mind, that's the only thing. Either that or you'd be able to stream
access to the Nintendo eShop. Like,
oh my God.
Like
my God. If they did that,
you can eat kind of thing.
All you can eat?
Oh my God.
All you can eat Nintendo games.
As I said before, take my money.
Yeah.
I wish I had some money to throw at the screen right now.
And then a lot of people were talking about where they're going to have a achievement system, kind of like how the Xbox and PlayStation have trophies and whatnot.
I hope so. It's about
when you do the trophies or the achievements or whatever the hell they're going to be called, the more you do in a game, you'll gain like these points, and then you can use those points to buy stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great
Which
idea.
Would be fucking for a
it
trophy
rewards
like
the
myself.
player to play the most.
Yeah. Yes. For a trophy whore like myself, I'll be fucking Oprah rich.
Everybody would be all over trophies then, because honestly, I do not care about trophies, but imagine if every time you got a platinum, you got points to buy games.
Hey, but would you care? Would you care if you could play Super Mario World and it had a trophies? Would you care then? You wouldn't care?
No.
Yeah, right. That'd be fucking amazing.
I thought that was
cool.
I was like Super Mario or Mario 3 and have oh my God, dude.
Add trophies to it. Yeah.
Link to the Past. Like, give me that. Give me that.
I can see Nintendo doing something kind of fun with trophies too. Like,
yeah, they do their own
like a
Nintendo
different
spin.
take on it.
And imagine too, with the portable NX, if you can take like a 3D Mario game on the go, and you can take Call of Duty on the go and Destiny on this one thing, that's like holy shit.
The thing is incredible. me and my group of guys always do like LAN parties with like certain games. We don't need to fucking worry about TVs anymore. We'll just be like, fucking, just bring your handheld and play on that if you don't have a TV.
That would be nuts.
That would be. I feel like we're hyping this thing into a console that can't possibly exist.
This NX just has so much potential. We don't know what it is.
Now, the other part of this story that really intrigues me is the possibility, well, this thing is going to work with smartphones, PCs, tablets, and possibly other consoles, competitors like PlayStation 4. What type of applications do you guys think or see feasible to actually work with the PlayStation 4? What could they do?
Video streaming, maybe? I don't know.
I mean,
no, man. I don't know how
it works
do it.
like the way you can do it with PS4 right now is where you can basically stream the data out. You can play a PS4 game on your Vita or on your Sony TV or on your PlayStation. I don't even know what that thing's called anymore. Is it the Vita TV or the Live TV?
It's called the PlayStation TV.
PlayStation TV. Like, what if it was something like that? Or Steam has that too, where you can have like a dedicated game system that then streams that to other boxes around the house. So you can play. You can play PC games on your living room TV based.
Do you ever try playing your Xbox like that?
I've tried playing my PS4 on it, and I have to have a hardwired connection to do it.
I bring my laptop into my bedroom or whatever, and I'll bring my Xbox controller and I'll play my Xbox game on my PC.
Does it work well?
Oh, it works. It works fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I played almost all of Tomb Raider like that. I was watching the football while I was playing Tomb Raider almost the whole time.
Now you're talking.
It works flawlessly, Briar. I've used that as well, and I was totally shocked at how well playing my Xbox to my Windows 10 device worked. It was
makes sense that Microsoft. That's the kind of thing that Microsoft's going to be good at, right? Is networking.
And if Nintendo, say Nintendo does that, that would be
awesome.
Oh my.
I would just love like a modern console out of Nintendo would be so hot.
Yeah.
It'd be so fun to have.
It's fucked up that you need to say that because they were the king of shit back in the day, and now it's like, please just release something on par with what's out there. You know
when was the last time they had a console that was like the shit, though? I think it was the SNES.
Super Nintendo.
I like the N64 a lot, but...
I was going to say it's
GoldenEye.
You guys know what?
I should say I like GoldenEye. That's what I should have said.
I had some of my favorite times ever with my GameCube playing Smash Brothers. Some of the best, most memorable times.
I'm a Double Dash fan, so...
GameCube was not like cutting-edge technology, though.
It wasn't, but I'm just talking about overall fun.
Yeah, compared to the Xbox and the PlayStation 2, though, it lacked.
Oh, yeah, it lacked for sure. Yeah.
It had a lunchbox handle. Come on now.
Although I bet there's more games you could go back to out of the GameCube that wouldn't hurt your eyeballs like the PlayStation 2 and Xbox.
That's the good thing about Nintendo is their stuff aging. It's cartoons. I was going to look the same.
Yeah.
Which is genius.
I was actually watching somebody on Twitch who was playing a PC emulation of Mario Sunshine. He had it running in, I think he had it running at 1080p in widescreen. It looked marvelous.
Wow. It looks good. Yeah.
Let me ask you guys.
Did you see the Unreal videos?
Yeah,
of the Mario. That shit is stupid.
Oh
you didn't see it? You didn't see it?
He's on a subway. He goes on a train and he takes the train and the subway and then he gets out and he's running on hills and shit and it's all Unreal.
There's one guy who recoded it and did it all in Unreal, made all new landscapes and made his own world.
It's beautiful.
And it was unbelievable.
I'm gonna check that out.
Like that.
It's on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I got a question for you guys. Do you guys think Nintendo's going to continue on with their console looking kind of toyish, or do you think they're going to step more into the sleek, modern design of new technology? Now, if we look at the past, Nintendo, the original NES was pretty decent looking for the time. Super Nintendo looked like a toy. Nintendo 64 looked like a toy, and the GameCube looked like a toy. Do you think?
I like their current industrial design now. The Wii and the Wii U. I like the design of those. They look modern. They look sleek. They could almost be like Apple products. You know what I mean?
Yes, they do look like it. Also, like the way they're built really solid. Like, I'm sorry, the PlayStation is a great system. The build quality on that system is fucking utter trash.
It really is. The controllers and the system itself.
Yes.
Those little rubber feet fall off almost immediately.
Yeah.
The little touch buttons, mine are broken. I have an upstairs PS4 right here. It's broken.
That's
what's cool. Button is just broken.
That's what's cool about the new console is they revamped those buttons. They're actual
buttons now. Yeah.
Damn.
But still, I mean, that's not an old system. I guess it's getting there though. 3 years, right? 3 years old.
Yeah, 3. It will be. It's coming up on it.
It's already out of its terrible twos.
Change.
Okay. All right. Let's get on to the next part of the NX news. Who wants to start?
I just like talking about Nintendo. Oh, we're more Nintendo. Okay.
Yeah, more Nintendo. Come on, Briar.
Reports suggest that parts of the NX hardware will be released in 2 separate timeframes. The handheld is to be released this November for around $200. The home console will be released sometime in 2017. No price point or release window has been given.
That kind of changes everything right there. If they're separate units, this is going to be super interesting for me. Like I thought, because we all thought, like, oh, they're going to be
right?
together.
Isn't that what we've kind of come to believe?
Yeah.
There'd be 2 separate units, but they'd work together.
Kind of.
Of course.
But I thought they were both going to be, always bought together. Like they have to have each other, but maybe they are just totally separate. I
think what they're trying to do, to be honest with you, and this is sad, me being a Nintendo fan, as you know, I like Nintendo. Nintendo is my joint. I think that they're they're gambling. They're trying to see how many people feed off of this handheld. Once the handheld gets sold, they're like, all right, well, we already have all these people with the handheld. Now let's push out the system.
Well, I don't know, Inner Black. My thought is this: Nintendo kind of.
You can call me Justin. You can call me Justin. You know me like that. It's all right.
All right, cool. I got you, brother. Right here. All right, Justin. The way I feel about Nintendo when it comes to the handheld is they kind of own that market. Really, there's no other video game company that has its hands around the handheld market like Nintendo. I don't think there's so much testing the waters for their handheld. I think whenever they release a new handheld, people are going. It's kind of like Apple when they make.
I mean that. Yeah, they're releasing that, and then based off how many people buy it, they're going to be like, all right, well, we need to release this system.
They're going to sell shit tons. I mean, I think they know that regardless. It's the way Nintendo is. Whenever they release a new handheld, it's something inside human beings. We all go to the store and buy them. It's kind of like whenever a new MacBook or a new iPhone is out. People are lined up.
It's worse though with the Nintendo handhelds because like I use my iPhone every fucking day. My Nintendo handheld I use for like a week after I buy it, and then it sits and collects dust.
You know what? If you played Monster Hunter, Monster Hunter is like.
I did play Monster Hunter.
God.
I did.
Monster Hunter is the jam.
Yeah.
There was time in my life. I think that was the problem with Monster Hunter. There was just not time in my life for Dust and Monster Hunter.
Yes. Or what they could be doing, they could be like, all right, well, how many people are going to buy the console if the console is like $600 with a handheld? Okay, let's cut it in half. Let's sell the handheld, and then later on we'll release just the console and then a bundle with the handheld and the console together. So the people that bought the handheld already are getting a cheaper console, because you're not going to have many people that are dumb and going to fork over a lot of money for a console.
All right, assume this is true. Assume this is definitely happening. What do you want to see out of this handheld? I definitely want to see that
no
900p
cameras
with 60 frames per second.
I don't want no cameras. No cameras. No front camera, no back camera. I don't need that shit. I got a phone for that. I don't need that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but I think they're definitely going to include that in some way with that handheld. They even said on one of the videos I did this week, one of the specs for the NX was that you can stream from your device in 4K and 60 frames per second. You can actually do live video calls. And so I'm thinking that's probably from the controller, which would have a camera on it. So more than likely, this handheld device will have some form of camera. If history is any indicator, all of those devices have 25 cameras on them. So
maybe it's just streaming like Netflix or something. Netflix in 4K or YouTube in 4K or whatever.
Yeah, Nintendo NX.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the Skype calling aspect of it, not so much Skype, but the video calling that I was reading about. You're going to actually be able to do video calls and talk to other Nintendo NX owners. And I'm thinking that it's going to be through some type of camera, proprietary camera that's on maybe the controller.
Yeah.
Man, I hate that idea. I hate that shit. It's so much wasted tech. Yeah. It's so much waste. Like, don't waste your time with that. Everyone got cameras on their computers, camera on their phone, camera on their tablet. Like,
I agree. I mean, I love the Vita. It has 16 cameras on it that I don't use. 3DS has
different touch paths for you to touch.
The 3DS has a camera on it that's like the worst camera you've ever seen in your life. What is that even there for? I can see if they put like a 20 megapixel on it or something, but yeah, I agree with you. I'm just saying, looking at their past, they're going to find a way to stick a camera on something. There's a camera on the battery charger. Yeah, so
I mean, it's Nintendo.
It sends you on Twitter when your batteries are charged.
Yeah.
What if they bundle this with a dope game? Like Zelda comes out and it's bundled with it.
Mario Maker
2. We all know Zelda is not on. It's on both consoles. We all know that.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be. It reminds me of the Twilight Princess, where it's going to come out as like both.
Well, hopefully it's a bigger difference between this one and the Wii U's version, though. Twilight Princess on GameCube and on the Wii, very little difference as far as the way the game looked and played.
A lot of people bought that for the hey, let me cut shit. Let me cut this sign up real quick.
let me do a little bit of this, a little bit of this.
Arguably, the GameCube version was a better version.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So hopefully we're going to see some huge gap in between those two. After all, there's supposed to be.
I would love that. I would love to be able to play like the modern games on a Nintendo console plus Nintendo games.
Yeah, it should happen. It should happen before the end of our life cycle, Briar. Hopefully before Robbie's life cycle is over, we have a modern Nintendo console that's able to play modern-looking video games.
Oh man, that's a long life cycle. I sure hope they get together.
I mean, they should.
Is it Robbie? Is it
really? You know what's even more crazy about the whole scenario? If they release this, right, they're on the same scale to be releasing their system alongside of the competitors the whole time now. Because they're going to team up and pretty much do it every 5 years then. And that's when the new PlayStation and the new Xbox would be coming out, technically, if they don't release them early. Which then we'll be getting 3 systems in 1 year, which that's a lot of fucking money. I'm sorry.
I'm going to start saving now.
I got so much love for Nintendo. If they were to come out with a console that has the games, first of all, that we want. Because they have some gems as far as their IPs.
What game do you want? What game do you want? I want to know. I want to know what game you want.
I want Zelda, Legend of Zelda. Yep. I want
more Metroid.
See, Metroid. That's the one where they're speculating that it doesn't sell enough. I would love a new Metroid game. I would absolutely love it. I would still love a 2D Metroid game, but the game that I want the most is a real, truly open world Mario game. That's what I want.
Like you're talking, like not N64 Mario or something.
I'm talking Mario 64. In modern technology, a huge open world where you can go and do so many things and get
Grand Theft Mario.
Yeah, with a fucking raccoon head.
See Nintendo's mature side now. Yeah, we're serious this time.
Yeah.
You know what actually excites me more than that is just having Mario Maker on a handheld console.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Stupid.
It's hard for me to believe they didn't release it on 3DS.
You want it strictly single player, or you want co-op, or what do you want?
Co-op would be amazing. It would be amazing if you're playing on your television and someone else is playing on the gamepad and you're both in that same world. Can you imagine that? 900p, 60 frames per second. Damn it.
How about getting Destiny, The Division, Assassin's Creed, like all the multi-plat games coming to a Nintendo console?
Those would be cool, right? But I'm more interested in the Nintendo IPs. I'm more interested in the stuff that I can't play anywhere else.
What do you think about that Dragon Quest game being announced way back when? When it came out, they kind of slipped, like when he was like, "Oh, it's coming out on the NX2 or whatever, the next Nintendo console," and they weren't supposed to say it, but they did anyway.
They're like, "Oh shit! Whoops! Take that back."
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
have they just been making handheld versions of Dragon Quest for like a while now?
They just came out with Dragon Quest Heroes, but that's like I don't know. It's more like a mock-up, like a Hyrule Warriors, like Dynasty Warriors type thing.
For me, Square is definitely working very close with Nintendo right now. The fact that they got Cloud in Smash Brothers now, I think that we can expect something really good on the Final Fantasy front.
Think that episodic remake's coming?
I want that motherfucking episode, baby.
That still pisses me off to this day. That pisses me off.
I feel you, but see, the thing is, what if is it possible that this remake could be as good as the original? Now, the inner gamer in me says hell no, and I'm pretty sure for you guys you feel the same way. Barring Briar, he hates Final Fantasy VII. But for me, there's a good possibility that these 20 years with this game just gestating, they have the story. The things that maybe didn't make a lot of sense, they have had time to kind of rewrite history, and some of the stuff that could have been done better might be done better. It's possible. I mean, think about it. We play games like Telltale's games in episodes, and they're all great. And, of course, once they all come out, you can buy the full package. What if this is the same way? What if it's just a really long episode? What if the first disc comes out and you can play it for 30 hours or 40 hours, and then you wait for 2 or 3 or 4 months until the second disc comes out, and it's really awesome. And
2
you
or
play
3 years.
possibly.
Yeah, that's why they're doing that. Because if they were going to make the legit game and they were going to make a remake of it, like here you go, here's your game, they would announce it and then we wouldn't see it for like 10 years probably. That's when we would see it. So they're kind of fueling the fire, being like, oh, here's a taste, you know. For the Final Fantasy fans that love it, like ourselves, are gonna pick that up, and then we're gonna be hooked in, and then we're gonna buy every fucking episode after that.
I'm already hooked.
Like me who never played Final Fantasy VII. We'll get into it.
You never played it?
Man,
No,
Robbie,
I've never played that game.
I remember the day that I got that. I remember the day I got that. That's the reason why I bought my PlayStation 1. And my brother told me, hey, you should get this game, you should get this game, you should get this game, and I got it, and we played that shit for like, we played only that game, me and my brother, for like however many hours. We beat Ruby Weapon, we played forever.
I got that as a birthday gift from my dad, and I remember the day I got it too. I also remember not leaving my room for a very, very long time. It's one of those games. I mean, if you look at it now, graphically, it doesn't really stand up. My wife, I tried to get my wife to play it years ago. She's like, I don't want to play that shit. I was like, it's amazing. I want to divorce you, but I didn't divorce her. But I got it on the PS4. It looks a lot better than the original, but I guess compared to the contemporary games that we see nowadays, it doesn't hold up. But for me, it's still very, very.
That's a lot of the reason why I don't go back. Beastly. I don't go back to games where I've played them. I try to not go back unless they're like cartoony based, like Link to the Past or something that doesn't really
hold up
age.
very well.
Yeah, if it doesn't hold up well, I want to remember it in my head the way I remember it. Because go play N64 Mario right now. Go play that once.
No, I'm playing on my 3DS. I actually have the Nintendo DS version.
That doesn't count. That does not count.
It looks better. It looks better on the DS than it did on the 64.
The screen is just big.
Look at GoldenEye though. GoldenEye is the same.
Oh, that game looks like hot garbage.
It looks like it was made in Minecraft world.
And the controls are so bad on that game too.
You know, I mean,
you use the face buttons to turn. Like, what is that shit?
Some of these games are definitely, Justin, like you said, better memories. Like Shenmue. I played that on my Dreamcast, and then I realized there was only one analog. I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to control this?
Yeah, that was the worst camera ever to control. God. We just played 2 at my buddy's house like a month and a half ago. We played 2. We hooked up his Dreamcast, and we spent the whole afternoon playing it. And I was like, the camera used to be this bad? I don't remember this.
It's really, really bad. One of the only games, a game that I still believe is going to be remade. I would love to be remade. I know we got a lot of remakes. I want Shadow of the Colossus redone in PS4 hardware. That would be amazing. Oh my god. Even now, you know, the PS3 version, I still like my jaw drops playing that. I would love. The control sucks, Brian. For those who don't like The Last of Us, the control in that game sucks.
It's fine. It's fine for the single player. I don't know. It's like, why did they have to reinvent the wheel for that game? I don't understand it.
It's one of those strange situations. I remember when I first started playing, I was like, what the fuck is this? It's so weird. But after you play it, you're like, it makes sense. And Shadow of the Colossus is the exact same way. It's one of those games where you run around. How do you pick up stuff? It's supposed to be X, right? No, it's triangle. What the hell am I doing? It's like the controllers have been completely turned upside down in that game. But after you play it and you get used to it, it's so rewarding. It's one of those special experiences. But I think that developers feel like in order for a game to be unique, they got to take every aspect of what you're used to and turn it on its head. And sometimes it doesn't translate well into the controls.
As long as your game is long enough for me to get used to it, you know, then I'm okay with it. But if your game's like 4 hours long anyway, why the fuck am I getting used to your shit?
Yeah. Guys, we're kind of getting down to time for the end of the show. But before we leave, I want to remind everybody, if you would like to donate to the GoFundMe page for my stepdad, my mom, it's GoFundMe.com/Spoonman. It's in the description. Thank you to everybody out there for supporting the Beastly Thoughts Show. The host and I really appreciate everybody for being here and making this show what it is today. Thank you all so much.
True enough.
Absolutely. Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself.
That was a quick hour. I just looked up the clock. I'm like, we must have a half hour left. I'm like, no.
No.
We talked about Destiny, Briar. You know what happens when you talk about Destiny.
I don't know. I can't get you guys stop talking about it. Play another goddamn game, guys.
Especially when we talk about Destiny possibly being on NX. You just can't stop. It's still good.
Do you think
that would be awesome?
You think that's a possibility?
Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
I don't see why not. If Nintendo can get that third-party support, maybe there will be some crossover between,
Maybe that's why they're delaying Destiny 2 to get it on the next Nintendo.
Ooh, that would be nuts.
If they do that,
a launch title. Yes.
I'm about to get really, really slim, even more slim than I am, because I'm not going to eat food at work. I'm just going to sit and play video games. It's going to be horrible.
Here's what you need for NX. You need a Mario game. You need Zelda coming to NX. You need Destiny 2 as a launch title, and you need Metroid from Retro Studios because they've been working on something for a couple years now. There you go. Boom. Sold.
It's the wishful thinking that's going on here is really, really wishful thinking because if you look at Nintendo in the past, they've strayed off the path.
They've continued to disappoint year after year.
Yeah, they have. Hopefully they won't disappoint finally.
They've got to totally do everything right and not do what they've been doing for years in order for any of this to come to fruition, man. I mean,
if they did half of the shit we were talking about tonight, though,
you think
we'd all be thrilled about it.
You think Iwata had something to do with that, though?
Could be.
Maybe. There's a good chance, man. That guy's strictly trying to please the Japan crowd, and he needs to avoid that shit.
Yeah, and definitely the direction for that company has definitely changed now that they have new leadership. The NX, like this thing, we don't know anything about it. It's all rumor. This thing has so much potential, though, and it does get me excited talking about it because most of the stuff I've heard, I'm like, Nintendo's on the right track. Like they're going to do this right, and I think they can come out and be like, we're here. We have a powerful console. We have these third parties back. We have this handheld that works with this home console. They can nail this. Absolutely can.
It's like I want them to so bad, right? But if you look at what they're doing, like Nintendo's network sucks. I mean, it's solid when you play online. It's solid when you play online, but as far as the social aspect, as far as the way that they've structured their eShop, everything just sucks on Nintendo. It's all bright and cartoony.
They all suck, in my opinion. Like every single one of those networks sucks.
Yeah.
Well, they go down.
PlayStation's network sucks because they go down, but the way
the social features work on PlayStation, I don't like that. It's like getting messages that are 6 minutes old the minute they come in, like the lag.
7 minutes for me.
Like all that stuff.
Dude, the last time Iron Banner was going on, I got my guy to a 4 and some change. And I was like, oh, I'll do it when I get home. Got home, the fucking network was down. I was like, fuck Destiny. Fuck you.
Someone was salty that day.
I was so pissed, dude. I was so pissed. I was like, I'm not playing Destiny for like 2 weeks. Swear to God.
Salt banner. Yeah, it's the salt banner.
Now, Justin, just out of curiosity, how often do you play Destiny now?
Because everybody and their mothers plays it and their grandmothers plays it. I play it like probably 3 times a week at least.
Awesome. Robbie, what about you? How often do you play?
I played Destiny one time on my birthday when I had friends over, and other than that, I haven't played it in like 4 months. But I still love the game. But I'm kind of done until Destiny 2 comes out at this point. Like I'm ready for overhaul.
Okay, and Briar, when's the last time you didn't play Destiny?
Well, I didn't.
Yeah.
I want to get
He's going to think about it.
Like, I play it all the time. What are you talking about? 2 weeks ago, I went away with my wife. She would.
That doesn't count. When you're not in your home, that does not count.
No, Briar.
Briar.exe has stopped working.
Hey, I've been playing a lot of Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because Justin did mention Tomb Raider earlier, and I know that 2 weeks ago you got the game, and you said last week that you're going to be playing a lot of it. Have you had a chance to delve deeper into it, or is it?
Yeah, I love that game. I think it's fantastic. Okay. I'm really happy with that game.
All right. Well, I'm going to try to dig into some Halo this week.
Hit me up. Beastly, hit me up. I'll play it with you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you play cooperative, right?
Yep, I beat it. I beat it twice already. So.
Oh, you can play.
I just realized, guys, I never got to say what I've been playing. Okay.
Yeah, what have you been playing?
I was going to have a whole
you passed on the opportunity, and now you want it back.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, you guys want to get into this? We can go. We can keep going. Do you want to get into this?
See how young people act, Briar?
No respect.
No fucking respect.
Everyone wants a trophy nowadays.
Wait, I didn't get us playing.
You want a fucking participation trophy?
Here you go. You came in last. Here's a trophy.
Use that to buy a free.
Thanks for coming.
Better luck next time.
Get him a fucking lollipop. No, Robbie, what you been playing, Robbie? Real quick before we're done.
Before we fuck your soul up even more.
Alright, we can talk about it next week.
No, next week.
We're going to forget about it by next week. What are you playing?
Oh, fuck's sakes. God damn it.
That's a very vulgar game.
All right, this week I have been playing something that a lot of people have been playing. I decided to get into it on the PC. It's Blade and Soul. It's like an MMO
Yes, me too.
JRPG. Nice. It's fun. I haven't played it a ton, but I've been really enjoying it. It's free to play. Really liked it. And I've also been playing a ton of Call of Duty this week because Black Ops 3 came out at the wrong time, like right after Fallout 4 came out, and that was all I wanted to play. But I've been just pretty much been playing Call of Duty this week, and I wanted to discuss with you guys sort of Call of Duty 2016 because we had news of Brian Horton from Crystal Dynamics. He's working at Infinity Ward now. I was going to talk about this year's Call of Duty, but we don't have time. We'll do it next week.
Well, let me just say this, Robbie. I don't know if you saw my video when I announced that GoFundMe for my stepdad, but I was playing Blade and Soul on that video. Blade and Soul, Briar, is one of the most beautiful, amazing MMOs I've ever played. Now, I'm not really a big MMO fan. I played EverQuest years ago on my PS2. Played Silk Road Online on my PC years ago. Blade and Soul looks like graphically it needs to be on PS4. The characters that you create are anime porn. If you like anime, this game, the way it animates, the way that you fight, all that shit looks so amazing. It's a beautiful game.
So their boobs are way disproportionate.
Yes, and they move when you move. Now, all joking aside, though, Justin, it's a free-to-play game on PC. It's an amazing game. I mean, most MMOs, when you start to play them, you don't really care about the characters.
Do I have to pay to win? Do I have to pay to?
No.
Do I have to buy a mount?
No.
No.
You can buy shit if you want. I haven't spent a dime. Kate's actually playing it right now on her PC. But it's a really fun game.
Is it like Diablo or WoW or what would you compare it to?
It's like a regular console experience, other than the fact that it's an MMO.
It's on PC.
It's on PC, yeah. It's a very well put together gaming experience. You're this character that comes into the situation where your teacher is murdered in front of you. Someone takes this artifact, and the way that the enemies are presented at the beginning of the game, and you see what's going on, you really care about your character. You care about the world. And I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm happy you're playing that, Robbie. That game is amazing. I saw it a few years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago, on YouTube, and it comes from, I want to say Taiwan. It comes from Korea. It's a Korean developed
I think
game.
it's South Korea, yeah.
What's it called?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Blade and Soul.
Blade and Soul.
Look up a YouTube video of that game and look at the way these characters look. This game has more options for character creation than I've ever seen.
Tons of people playing it on Twitch, too, right now.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. It's popular right now. That's why I got into it. Right? It was like, it's something different. I'm going to try it. It's fun.
All right, guys. I got to cut you short, though. I'm going to go eat some dinner.
Right. All right. It's over, everybody. Bye. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.
See you guys next week.
Don't forget to check out the link in the description for the GoFundMe. And we'll see you next week. Oh, also, stay tuned to our Twitter. I think there's a link to the Twitter in our description as well. We are going to be switching this live show to Twitch at some point so that we can better integrate with the chat. So stay tuned to the Twitter, and we'll let you know when that's going to happen.
Awesome. See you guys soon.
Sounds good.